Hello my friends, and welcome back to the channel. You're watching Project Dark Knight Horror, and I'm your host, The Dark Knight. Today, we're going to be focusing on ghosts, poltergeists and demons. We're going to take a deep dive into the world of the paranormal. The Haunted Bike. My first video was sent in to me by one of my viewers. She was working at home all alone when her bike suddenly fell over. At the time, she thought nothing of it and just picked it up, but she made sure it was properly on its stand. She went back to her computer and started working again, but then a few minutes later, the bike fell over again. Also, she started to hear taps and bangs coming from somewhere in the house. So she took out her phone and started recording. This is what she recorded. Watch.
So I'm sitting at my desk and my bike's fallen over again. It's the second time today and it's starting to get weird. I don't even dare go down there. Okay, there's no one here. There's no one in the fucking house. No doors opened, just the bike fell. Like, there's no one here, look. There's no way. It's got a stand. Look, brand new bike. Just got it. Second time today it's fallen over. Oh, I really hope that's just the floor. Maybe you can see that. Right, so if it keeps falling over on its own, fair enough. I don't know, I'm just weirded out because it's the second time. Okay, it's done it again, but look, 3 times the fucking wheel's spinning. I don't want to go near it. There's no one fucking here. I made a right bang this time. I had my door shut though. Fuck. I know there's no one here. That was spinning. Look how much it's moved. What? It was right over there. I don't understand. Oh, I don't want to touch it. The handlebars are wrapped around the other way. But if it was stood up, why would they be like that? I'm confused. I'm going to move it. There is fucking no one. I'm freaked out now. Freaked out. Right, so I've moved it. I've moved it into here, into the spare room. Nobody lives in here. But I've purposely so, if you are a freaky bike, then there's no way that you can move, mate. So, hopefully it does get fallen over and I'm crazy, but it's just too weird, so I need someone with me. Seriously now, the thing's shaking. That's the room it's in. Oh, please tell me, please, please. Fuck. I'm terrified. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you didn't. I don't want to do it. Oh, fuck. Get me out of here now. Get me out of here now. I can't do this anymore. I'm shaking. Right, fuck this. Right, the front door is in front of me to the right and there is nothing happening right now, but I need to get the fuck out of here, so I don't like this. I'm gonna go to my friend's house. Fuck. Ah, pray for me, pray for me. Ooh. Fuck this house.
Sometime later, after moving the bike, she started hearing loud noises coming from the spare room. She was the only person at home, but it sounded like she wasn't alone. Not only were there loud noises coming from the spare room, but opposite the room, objects could be seen moving. Something hanging on the wall started to move on its own. Then, things started to get worse. To her horror, she heard someone or something grabbing the door handle, trying to get out. And then, a plant pot gets pushed and smashes on the floor. Terrified of what's happening in her own home and scared for her own safety, she runs out of the house and calls a neighbor who comes and checks the house with her. Watch.
Right. I feel compelled to video this just in case. I'm showing you I'm not crazy. I don't dare. We've come back. The plant pot's still on the floor. I told you, it's smashed.
Yeah.
Weird.
That's pretty weird, man. But yeah.
Please check other things for me because I'm scared. Yeah, there was no one in.
You say it was just like the wall making a funny noise, or?
Well, the wall to the room where my bike is, I left my bike in there and then it just went mental and I don't know.
Right, okay then. Fuck.
What?
Is this some kind of joke or something? Because this is,
It's just my bike in the bedroom.
yeah, but it's pretty messed up in here.
What the fuck are you talking about, Seth? Don't
no,
mess with me because
no,
this is
seriously.
you know how much this has scared me though?
Yeah, but seriously, it's not. I
I
don't think
don't
this is
even
how
dare
you
go
left
in.
it. Like,
Oh, this is. Ugh. Why is I'm
I
using?
don't know what the fuck.
Oh, fuck off. Oh no.
Yeah, that's fucking.
This is the spare room, Seth. Yeah, I'm moving out. So, anybody want to buy a bike? Let's get out of here, Seth. This is not normal.
This was the first time something paranormal happened like this to the woman, and, strangely, nothing ever happened before she bought the bike. The poltergeist activity only started after she brought the bike home. So, was the bike haunted? Well, she doesn't know. After the video was recorded, a few days later, she moved out of the home. And as for the bike, it's still sitting there waiting for a new owner.
I'm terrified. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you didn't. I don't want to do it. Oh, fuck! Fuck! Get me out of here now! Get me out of here now! Can't do this anymore.
New home, new problems. The following series of videos comes from Gus Melendez, who started uploading weird, strange things that happened in his home to social media from April 2021, so just over 1 year ago. Gus, who lives in Mexico, moved into a small apartment with his 7-year-old boy because of a relationship problem. And after moving into his new smaller, more humble home, it became apparent quite fast that Gus had more problems to come. You see, while the kid was at school or asleep, and when Gus was alone, he would hear whispers and footsteps all around him. He tried to brush it under the carpet, but the spirits wouldn't let him. So he bought a CCTV setup in the hopes of capturing what exactly was in his home, so he could understand why it was there and what it wanted. The first video is of his son's soft toy. Gus would see it moving from the corner of his eyes, but he never actually had concrete proof that it moved until he got his cameras. If you've watched my channel before, you'll know that I'm a big believer that if you talk or acknowledge the spirits, they acknowledge you. And that can sometimes be very bad. After Gus recorded the toy moving, he sent his son on a vacation with the family so he could get to the bottom of the haunting. He started talking to the spirits and challenging them, and in turn, the paranormal activity got worse. Now, I'm well aware that this could be fake, and before you make up your decision, let's watch the rest of the videos to get a better idea. I don't know about you, but for me, there's something authentic about these videos. Gus just came out of a long-term relationship and had to move out of the home that he shared with his ex for years, and now he lives with just his son. He's a single parent who's had a hard time recently, and now he's trying to come to terms with life as a single parent. So there's some part of me that believes this is real, but you decide. Also, when this video was taken, his son was on holiday with his gran, and Gus couldn't go because of work. In the next video, we see Gus come home from work. He takes off his backpack and turns on all the lights. He sits down to watch some TV, and a few minutes later, we see Gus looking back as though he's reacting to a noise. There's no sound on the CCTV because Gus couldn't afford a good one, so he grabs his phone and starts recording in the direction of the noise. Again, Gus hears the sounds of a baby coming from one of the rooms, and whenever he opens the door to investigate, the sound mysteriously stops. This is one of the main reasons why Gus bought the CCTV, because his family wouldn't believe him. Also, objects started moving around the home by themselves. So, he hoped the CCTV would film something that would explain the strange things that happen in his home. But unfortunately for Gus, the activity got worse. As Gus walks out, watch what happens. Gus wakes up in the middle of the night to strange sounds coming from somewhere inside his home. I'm not sure if it's footsteps or tappings on the wall, but it's loud enough to wake Gus from his slumber. He walks around his home to see where it's coming from, but he just can't pinpoint it out. A few days later, his son was outside playing in the back when he found something buried just under the surface. So he went and called his dad to help him dig it out. When Gus finally realized what he was looking at, he said it sent shivers down his spine. And before he could phone the police, something scary started to happen. Watch. After this incident, it was 100% clear that Gus was experiencing paranormal activity. There was no ifs or buts about it. Did you notice the skull had a hole in it, which looked like it was done deliberately? So, was the skull that they found a victim of a killing? And, if so, was the spirit angry because it was murdered? The hole in the skull could only have been done by someone hitting the victim on the head. Gus was one step closer to understanding the haunting. After unearthing the skull, Gus called the police and they used heavy machinery to dig the area where the skull was found to look for the rest of the body. But after a thorough investigation, no more bones were found on the property, meaning it looked like the victim was beheaded and his remains scattered in at least 2 different locations. But the police did manage to find some other objects of interest. A fibrous material tied onto a cross, a black shopping bag, a green candle and a piece of paper wrapped around a glass jar. Inside the glass jar was an unknown liquid, 2 feathers and a string. On the paper was this symbol. These items looked like they were used in some sort of ritual, and all the objects found, including the skull, remains with the authorities while they conclude their investigation. After the whole skull incident, the paranormal activity amped up. It seemed that either by finding or touching the human skull, the activity in Gus's life doubled. Before this, the paranormal activity was confined to the house, but After finding the skull, Gus and his co-workers started noticing strange occurrences at work. In other words, the spirits followed Gus out of the home, and poltergeist activity was recorded at their workplace.
Fíjate, es que no hay nadie. Y se cae.
No manches.
Y después sale Tao.
Tao. Ya me los pusieron mal.
¿Tú crees que los hayan puesto mal?
Se los va a sacar así solo.
Pero ahí sale Alicia. Yo no creo que se hayan caído solos.
Gus's hauntings started 1 year ago, and just like most hauntings, it started with taps and bangs. Then, slowly, it progressed to objects moving on their own. And then the voices and sounds started, and that's when Gus installed his CCTV. But what you didn't know and what you didn't see was Gus used to make contact with the spirits. He would call out every night if there was anyone there, and it turns out that Gus got his answer. Also, he would ask the spirits to knock on the walls if they understood him. In the last 5 years or so, I've seen a connection between hauntings and social media. It might sound funny to the average person, but ghosts are getting smarter. Through my research, I've seen a boom in activity when ghosts are recorded and shown on social media. It's like they know that more people will see them through the web, and I don't know if they draw energy from this, but it's happening more and more. If you're a victim of the paranormal and you don't want anything to do with it, may I suggest you don't acknowledge it, because by acknowledging the ghost, poltergeist or demons, you're giving it energy, and once it knows you can see and hear it, then the activity will increase. Some people think that by using Ouija boards you can cast out ghosts. That couldn't be further from the truth. Only use a Ouija board if you've tried everything else, and even so, you must know what you're doing. I've seen and heard so many cases of people using Ouija boards and things going from bad to worse. The thing with the board is it can open up a doorway, so you might be thinking that you're getting rid of an annoying ghost in your home, but you could be letting in something far, far worse into your life. So don't call out, don't acknowledge it, and don't communicate with it. Unless you want paranormal activity in your life, then ignore all of the above. You can check out Gus's channel over on TikTok, but don't forget, tell him the Dark Knight sent you. The Crying Woman. For our next case, we're staying in Mexico with another channel from TikTok. Now, this case has a lot of content, but I've only featured the important videos. A young man has been experiencing weird things at night outside his home. And at first, all the dogs in the neighborhood would start barking and cats would meow too. Now, that by itself doesn't sound weird at all, and you'd be right. But the strange thing is, the barking and meowing would always end with a woman crying. And this woman at first couldn't be seen. All you could hear was her crying. Then, as the weeks and months passed by, strange activities started in his home, and the crying woman started getting nearer and nearer. This is the case of the crying woman.
Buenas noches a todos. Como me lo estuvieron pidiendo que grabara el lugar donde miré a esta mujer, realmente ahorita son las 2:30 de la mañana, hace frío y siempre se escuchan ruidos, siempre se escuchan lamentos. Aquí realmente pasa algo, pero es algo muy extraño, porque realmente se siente una vibra muy pesada. Aquí es donde se escucha frecuentemente ese quejido. Los animales siempre se alborotan a la misma hora. Realmente, sea lo que sea, esperemos y se vaya pronto, porque es muy difícil vivir así. Son las 4:23 de la mañana y alguien toca la puerta. Ya tienen más de 20 minutos y no paran. Oh, Dios mío, ayúdame por favor. Que no sea nada, por favor. Oh, nada. Efectivamente no hay nada.
The activity the young man was experiencing started weeks before he started recording. It was always the same. The animals would start going mad at night, and something weird would always happen after. Then, sometime after that, someone or something started knocking on his door, and as you've just seen, when he checked, there was no one there. After he closed the door, guess what happened?
Oh Dios, ¿qué fue eso? Creo que venía de las toras. El estudio sigue abierto. No sé en qué momento quedó abierto, pero mejor yo me voy. Esto es demasiado. Esperemos si esto termine. Si esto sigue, yo le seguiré avisando. Oh Dios, ya, para por favor. Para.
Then, after months of looking every night, finally he spotted something. Even though all of his viewers warned him against pursuing this entity, he didn't listen. It's like he was obsessed. He wanted to capture it on camera, but the entity was watching him too.
Ruidos acá afuera. Estamos preparando las cosas para irnos a la casa, porque no pasaremos la noche aquí. Mira. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh my god. Oh fuck.
Then, the following night, one street from his home, something started to chase him. Now, I don't know if this was a ghost or a normal person, but whatever it was chasing him. And it started crying really loud. And that's when he looked back and saw this.
Perra madre. Ah, su puta madre. No mames.
One night, while everyone was fast asleep, the static camera filmed something very worrying. A crucifix is being turned upside down by an invisible force. For anyone who doesn't know, an upside down cross is the mocking of the Son of God and symbolizes the Antichrist. Then, something moves the baby Jim and then sits down on the rocking chair. If you ever hear someone knocking on your door like this in the middle of the night, whatever you do, please don't open it. If you can, look through a window or a peephole. Spirits have been known to knock on doors to gain entry into your home. So, by opening the door, you're giving the ghost, spirit, or demon a pass right into your home. And if it's not paranormal, then you have nothing to lose. One night, the homeowner looked out of the window because he could hear dogs barking and howling in the neighborhood when he realized something in the garden was moving by itself. So he went out to investigate. In April last year, the paranormal activity got too much for him, so Miguel decided to move out of that house and into another. But unfortunately for him, and similar to a lot of other hauntings, the paranormal activity started again in his new home, which meant that ghosts or spirits must have followed him. Surprisingly, this happens quite a lot. If the ghost, poltergeist or demon gains adequate strength, then it becomes attached to a person, and that attachment must be severed before you think about leaving the property. If you're not sure if you have an attachment or not, talk to a medium and go to church and talk to your priest. Also, if you've been a victim of the paranormal in the past, then you'll know if you have an attachment or not.
Corazón, círculo, cuadrado, triángulo. Corazón, círculo, cuadrado. ¿Cuántas unidades 6 dividido por 3? Correcto.
Come on in and have some fun. Everyone is welcome here. We are your friends and we love when you're here. Hi friends, welcome to our...
Son las 3:45 de la mañana y alguien toca la puerta. Es tan insistente. Realmente ya me asomé una vez y no era nadie. Aparte de esos sonidos extraños que se escuchan. Oh, yo sé que no tengo que abrir, pero no manches. Tengo que hacerlo. Ok. Ya, no manches. ¿Qué es esa cosa? No manches. Bueno. No manches. Creo que pues no manches. Ven eso. No manches, ¿qué fue eso? Oh, no, esto no está bien. Esto no está bien. Llámeme loco, pero yo acabo de ver algo. No manches. ¿Qué fue eso? No puede ser. No puede ser. No. Eso no puede estar pasando, ¿eh? No manches.
Can you see something moving? When Miguel opened the door, directly in front of him in the dark, a ghost can be seen trying to hide. Then, After seeing it, Miguel turns on the lights and makes his way over to where the ghost was only a few seconds ago. But when he checked, there was nothing there.
Amigo, son las 2 de la mañana y como pueden escuchar, nuevamente alguien toca la puerta. Pero, Stewie, no. Stewie, no. El perrito está muy asustado también, igual que yo. Pero, no, cállate. Y no sé qué estará pasando. Vamos a ver quién está al otro lado. No importa, ya vamos a arriesgarnos a ver qué está pasando. Pues nada, amigos. No manches. No puede ser, no. Ven eso que veo yo. ¿Están viendo eso? ¿Qué pedo? ¿Qué es eso? No manches. Por favor, vete de aquí. Si no, voy a llamar a la policía. Déjanos en paz, por favor. Oh, mames.
One night, Miguel is woken up by more banging on his front door. Even the dog comes to investigate. So, he looks through the peephole to see who's knocking. But what he sees instead is a ghostly face looking back at him. So, was this the face of the crying woman? Or the ghost he saw hiding behind the chair? Or was it the face of something demonic? The Freaky Farm. Tasha Daz runs a TikTok channel and recently one of her videos went viral and has been doing its rounds on social media. But as I was going through her videos, I managed to find some other incidents of paranormal activity that I think people should be aware of. Tasha's account features videos with her best friends, cooking, funny skits and jokes, her new puppy Bella, videos about her son, and the other love of her life, her husband. After moving into their new home, Tasha started uploading different kinds of videos. You see, Tasha and her family moved onto a pumpkin farm last year that sits on acres of land, and a few weeks later, after moving in, the family started experiencing paranormal activity. After doing some research on the property, Tasha found out that the home was built in the 1800s, and more strangely, the house was bought and sold 4 times in 5 years before Tasha moved in. Everything was fine until the renovations started. But of course by then, it was too late. Tasha and her family had already moved in.
See, and you think I'm crazy. The first time I'm here by myself, there's a picture on the floor and it just...
Like I said, this was her first paranormal post, and the reason she started recording was because a framed picture fell onto the floor, and when she went nearer to it, the door opened by itself and then violently slammed shut. After this, Tasha started getting comments about a face in the door, and if you look carefully, you should be able to see something. Then the activity started in her bedroom, and it seemed to be coming from everywhere. One moment she'd hear tapping coming from the walls, then the next she'd hear it coming from the ceiling. One of Tasha's viewers sent in a comment asking if she could post a video showing the rest of the house. So Tasha did a walkthrough of the whole house while recording, and unknown to Tasha at the time, I think she caught something paranormal. Can you see it? At the risk of getting lynched and sounding like Nuke's top 5, but did you see it? Comment down below if you saw it before I mentioned it, and if you did, you're very observant. At the beginning of the clip, as she's walking forward, you can see a door on the left slightly open, and what looks like someone or something peering at Tasha. But then a few seconds later, the door is completely closed. So, what do you think? Did Tasha catch something paranormal watching her from the shadows? As usual, I'm interested in what you think. So, send in your answers down below in the comments. Thank you. So Tasha asked for some help to determine what was going on in her home, and a medium called Isabel answered the call. But she had some bad news for Tasha.
And this is what I got right away. I could feel the energy in through these videos. So a lot of times through TikTok, people have fake hauntings. This is not fake. So I want to verify that for you or anyone else that watches that video. It is heavy, heavy energy. These are not just one in energy. This is multiple energy. So there's about 2 to maybe 3. I say maybe 3 because one feels that it's not as strong as the other 2 presents in this household. They are attached to the property and to the land. So it could have been that they previously lived there when there was a previous home. So I'm not sure if your home is a remodel or like there was another home. But either way, they're attached to the land and they're very bothered that you are there. They're not angry. They are bothered and more frustrated that you are in their energy and in their space is what I keep hearing. I keep hearing that you need to go.
Every single morning, these are on the floor. Every single morning. So I'm gonna hook up my computer and see if I catch anything tonight. Maybe it's just rodents, but we're gonna find out.
So just to conclude, Tasha and her family have recently moved into this 1800s farmhouse, and ever since they started renovating the property, paranormal activity, woke up. This is quite usual when it comes to the paranormal, and it happens to hundreds of families every day all over the world. If the house holds ghosts, poltergeists and spirits in the past, then when building work starts, paranormal activity is sure to follow. The ghosts come out to see what the new owners are doing to the property, and if they don't like the changes, then that's when things usually start to happen. But don't worry, this only happens to homes that are already haunted in the past. And if we go by what the medium says, these spirits are not happy, and they want Tasha and her family out of the house. Tasha recently drafted in 2 paranormal investigators to investigate her home, and like I said, this is a new haunting, so I'll keep an eye out for any new developments in the coming months. Will Tasha and her family stay, or will it all get too much to handle?
What the heck?
You can check out Tasha's paranormal problems for yourself. The name is on screen. But don't forget, tell her the Dark Knight sent you. If you've seen something scary, creepy, or amazing, or you've captured something paranormal on camera, or maybe you're unlucky enough to live in a haunted house and you think you're all alone, well, you're not. Project Dark Knight Horror is here for you. So send in your videos, clips, links and recommendations to Project Dark Knight. The email is on screen. Thank you. The Woman in the Cupboard. The following series of videos were uploaded almost 12 years ago to YouTube. I received an email with these 4 videos attached by one of my viewers, but she gave me no explanation apart from her basement is haunted. So Steph, if you're watching, thank you, and here's your story. So this is Steph, who lives in New York, and she claims that her basement is haunted. At the time these videos were recorded, the paranormal wasn't talked about as much as it is now. Back then, if you mentioned ghosts, poltergeists and demons, people would look at you like you're a weirdo. But I'm thrilled to know that 12 years on, and we now know the paranormal a lot better, and we understand it more. And who knows, in the next 10 years to come, we might know even more.
Hi everyone, my name is Steph. I live in New York. Basically, I think my house is haunted, which I know sounds silly, and I still feel kind of silly saying it, but I guess I shouldn't. We figured out that about the start of the new year of this year was when things started to happen. It's mostly in the basement, but... right? Did you, or are you fucking with me?
Someone standing in the doorway. I saw it.
Shh.
Someone standing in the doorway.
So, as I'm fucking recording to you, pardon my language, I feel like I just saw someone standing in the doorway, and so did he.
As Steph was recording her intro, she claimed she saw someone standing in the doorway. And she was right. Later, she manages to capture a full-bodied apparition of a ghost. But first, whenever Steph gets home, her dog Bella will greet her like most of our dogs do at the door. Well, on this day, Steph's dog Bella kept staring at the cupboard in the basement. And for good reason. Unknown to Steph at the time, but this cupboard was a portal, and something was using it. Animals, especially dogs, are very sensitive to the paranormal. They can see and hear things that we humans can't.
Normally when I come home from work, my dog Bella will come running to the door to greet me or whatever, and I just came home and she didn't do that, and it ends up she's down here in the basement just obsessing over this closet door. She's never done this before. It looks as if she's waiting for it to open, or she thinks there's someone behind it, where it's like she acts like she's acting how she does when she wants to get into one of the rooms upstairs. But she hasn't acknowledged me at all since I came home, which is very weird. Bella. She's not even answering to her name. I'm just gonna open it. If I go pull it. See, baby, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. There's nothing in there, crazy lady. Well, it's dark, but as you could probably see, there's no one in the closet, thank God. See, baby, there's nothing there, lady. Nothing, okay? Oh, she's back to sniffing it again. It's fucking freaking me out. Come on, let's go upstairs.
Then finally, she caught her first piece of strange activity. A locked-off camera in the basement was recording overnight. Everyone was fast asleep when this happened. Watch. Then one night, Steph and a friend were chilling in the basement playing on the drums when something was caught on camera. Unknown to the women at the time, but they were just a few feet away from a ghost.
Yeah, it's for Stan.
I won't break them.
Michelle's getting like really good at the drums. So you might have some competition when you get back. We love you. We'll see you soon.
Are you videotaping?
Yeah, it's for Stan.
I won't break them.
Michelle's getting like really good at the drums. So you might have some competition when you get back. We love you. We'll see you soon.
If you've made it to the end, then I salute you. You prove that you're a true fan of horror. So remember, if you're interested in ghosts, poltergeists and demons, haunted houses, random nautica and urban exploring, cursed objects, serial killers and strange dark mysteries, then Project Dark Knight Horror is the channel for you. I absolutely love all things horror and I'm so passionate about my channel. So if you like what you see and you think I deserve it, then can you show your love and support by liking the videos and subscribing to the channel? I'm a true believer in good karma. The kindness that you put out in the world, you always get back tenfold. So by subscribing to Project Dark Knight and clicking the like button, you'll be doing a good deed for me, your Dark Knight, and you'll be due a big fat lump of good karma. Also, if you didn't know, I've made a private group on Facebook which is exclusive and hidden from the world, meaning you can't search it or find it. The only way to get in is by clicking the link in the description section and I'll open the door for you. So, if you're a fan of horror and you're interested in ghosts, poltergeists and demons and all things dark and twisted, and you want to be part of the horror community, then click the link in the description section. Next, if you didn't know, I've made some merch. I've combined my love for all things dark and twisted with my passion for all things urban, and what you're looking at is the result. but there's more to come. Remember, every piece has been designed by yours truly, the Dark Knight. So, if you want to look cool, dark and stylish, then look no further. Grab a piece of Project Dark Knight history before it's all gone. Lastly, I want to say a massive thank you to my lovely Patreons who go that little bit further to support Project Dark Knight. Some of the names on this list have been with me since the very beginning. Those names are Thorson Lip, Turtle Chief 9, Andrew M. Gross, Laura Rhodey, George Lopez, Donna Sayers, D. Michael Smith, Catherine Murphy, Trumpet, Anna, KJ Majid, Honey Badger, Christy Santi Steven, Charlie X24, Seth J, RU Voodoo, Jacob Wilk, Cynthia Glover, Matt and Katie Murray, Kevin Snipes, Archie Kiriakou, Gail Fogelson, David, and Nightwolf. Thank you so much for your kind and generous support, and as a thank you, I will continue to share my content with you on Patreon earlier than anywhere else. So, from the bottom of my heart to all my loyal lovely Patreons, and also you at home, my dear subscribers, it's thanks to amazing people like you who keeps the engines running at Project Dark Knight. And always remember, you've been watching Project Dark Knight Horror, and I am the Dark Knight. Signing off. Peace!
Don't ever laugh as the hearse goes by, for you may be the next to die. They wrap you up in a big white sheet, from your head down to your feet. They put you in a big black box and cover you up with dirt and rock.